to the Lock Shop with Nielson and Hustler.
It's 11:01. Welcome to the Lock Shop, everybody. Thank you very much for being here. If you're listening on TuneIn Radio, iHeartRadio, EdmontonSportsTalk.com, please tell your friends how easy it is to stream our entire day of crystal clear sports talk over at EdmontonSportsTalk.com. And if you're watching on YouTube today, I see there's a bunch of very funny people watching on YouTube right now. Hammer the thumbs up for us. That'd be great. Look, I deserve it. I deserve the heat. Duck Dad says, is Maddie in today, or does he have his backup hosting? That would be me, the backup. Yeah, I mean, I deserve the heat. As Maverick says, it's the backup today. It is the back. And look, this is really tough to say when I'm already being referred to as the backup, but this is my only Lock Shop of the week. Now I might be able to pop in later in the week, but I'm flying Wednesday morning to get out to Winnipeg. Thursday, there's a possibility of maybe I can hop on Thursday. And then Friday, I would like to get in for some NFL picks, but there might be some press conferences that I have to cover for the Grey Cup as well. There's some meetings and stuff. So, yeah, tough day to pop in and be like, don't call me the backup. And I'm like, but this is my only one this week. My life is busy up until next Tuesday. I fly home Monday. Next Tuesday, I get my regular life back. And then we can lock in the Lock Shop for like 6 months uninterrupted. Outside of, regular holidays that I probably have to take. Jet Oil Tom says, need Dusty to continue his rant with Huss. Man, I'll probably get ranty on the oil stream today. So that's coming up at noon today. We'll get into that because Ola's going to join us. We are at the Mail Boston Pizza. Shout out to Mo, who was here when the doors opened. That was good. Swing on by. They've got this new Christmas menu. So if you're looking for something for lunch today, swing on by 16521 97th Street is where you can join us. And here's the new holiday playlist, they're calling it here. And we're going to try a bunch of these today, which very much looking forward to. Here's what we've got. We've got the new stuffed crust matzo sticks. I've already been told those are delicious. You had me at anything deep fried. So, yes, we got the matzo sticks that we're going to dive into. We've got the crispy chicken vodka penne. We've got a rib and wing duo. How can you not? Actually, that looks delicious, too. I didn't see that was on the side of the menu. The garlic shrimp mac and cheese. The pepperoni stinger pizza. I'm very excited to try this. Vodka sauce, cup and crisp pepperoni. Those are the ones that cup up. Ricotta, pizza mozzarella, drizzled with Mike's hot honey. This thing looks unreal. I don't know if you can see the picture of that pizza up there. But look at that. Look at the middle. What's going on there? So we'll get into that. And then there's prosciutto and mushroom pizza as well. Might save that one for Tommy. And then we're going to get into the sips that slay at Boston Pizza as well. The Frosty Hawaiian, the Grincharita, the Mistletoe Martini, the Espresso Martini. Don't know if I'll try that one. I'm intrigued by this Mrs. Claus Fish Bowl. And then the Penfold Canuga Hill, Shiraz Cabernet. I don't know if I'll be drinking all of these today. But you see that red fishbowl right there? That's what I'm going to get into. So we're gonna do that as we work our way through the show today. But swing on by, check it out. Come in, check out some of these new menu items. We'd love to have you pop by today. Duck Test says in the mail, what's next? Westlock? I've been to the Westlock Boston Pizza actually. What did I watch there? I watched some sort of skills competition at the Westlock Boston Pizza. Anyway, we're at the Namale Boston Pizza on 97th Street, 16521, 97th Street. Pop by today. You pop on in. You want a beer or something for lunch? I'll buy you a beer for lunch today. So make sure you come on by. There is lots to get to on the Lock Shop today. We're going to actually recap the full weekend. We got Canadian Football League playoff action we'll get to. We got some NFL action we'll get to. The Edmonton Oilers get absolutely run out of their own barn by Colorado on Saturday night. It was pathetic. I think one of the most disappointing losses in the entire history of the franchise. So we'll get into that. We've got an NHL slate tonight. The Oilers are back in action on Prime against the Blue Jackets. So we'll dive into that. Also, we need this today. Jay is off today. Glue Guy, very smart. Glue Guy, oh, there's Tommy Gazzola already here. He's at the rink this morning, popping over here, and then he'll have pre and post tonight. Jay, very smart, took today off. Very smart. I get that 4-day weekend. Brilliant play. But I told Reed that for Jay's play of the day today, we'll pick a play from the listeners on the Lock Shop. Hashtag Justice for the Lock Shop. All right. So you guys can come together, put something together, and we'll make it Jay's play of the day today. I know you're already working on the DGen Den stuff, the grandest of parlays, but put something together and we'll throw it up as Jay's play of the day as well. And, Jay's usually not doing like a 5-leg parlay. So think like Jay, be like Jay, and come up with something that we can put up for Jay's play of the day. It's Jay, his play. It's Jay's play of the day. Isn't that how it goes? I think that's how it goes. All right. Supersized Indiana Jones says, make sure before you pay, you remind Dusty about the beer. He says, so I'll pay for the beers. Okay. We don't need to get into this again. All right. Let's bring in Huss, my buddy Huss from Winnipeg Sports Talk. Huss, what's up, my man?
Well, what is up? Little under the weather, but happy that tomorrow.
Oh, no, not Grey Cup week.
That's what I mean. We got to get ready. Like, I'm not going to be like you last year. Trust me. I'll be ready to go.
Remember how sick I was when I saw you last year when I was coming out of that party? Oh my God.
Still impressed you were able to even get to the game and, do your duties. But listen, I'd love to just get right into football. But both of our hockey teams had brutal weekends. Like, I was just finishing up with Murata Tesh from the Athletic, who's down in Southern California. The Jets sure fell off their game. I mean, they were 9-3, headed out the road. The Kings game was a really good game. Could have gone either way. They got skated out the building by the Sharks and the Ducks on the weekend, and that was very, very concerning. Top line's off. Then I thought, man, things are bad. And then I turned on the GCL Diesel postgame show on Saturday night.
You checked out on the postgame show, eh?
I got home late. I'm like, oh, what am I going to do? You know what? Because listen, we watched that game. And I'll be honest, I could not believe what I was seeing. And, Elliot Friedman spoke about this today on 31 Thoughts.
Yeah.
But for anyone that stayed till the end of the game, the craziest part about that was that the Avalanche were absolutely flooring it in the last 90 seconds. I mean, they were trying so hard to get a 10th goal. Usually at that time, teams are more than happy just to pass it around to each other. Not that. He described it as an incredible amount of disrespect. I will say this, the Oilers probably didn't earn very much respect with the way they played on Saturday night.
Yeah.
But you do not see that very often. And I don't know, am I missing something with the big background story between the Oilers and Avs? I mean, they were just having fun. And it was like the travel team that's playing like a outmatched team and the kids are just, let's just get points. And I mean, it was stunning.
4 different players ended up having 2 goals in that game for the Colorado Avalanche. It was just the second time in franchise history that every single player on the Oilers were minus in a game. It only happened one other time. It was a disaster. I went on a pretty good rant right off the top of the show today. The most frustrating thing, I think, for a lot of fans in this market, Huss, is that there was literally no jam in their game. Like, it didn't even look like they were mad that they were getting run in their own barn. And that's been a concern because, a lot of the guys who would usually be the guy who, when they're down 3 or 4-0, would go, suddenly spear somebody in the stomach to try to start something. They're all gone, right? Perry's gone. Kane's gone. Connor Brown didn't do much of it, but at least he grinded a little bit. He's gone. The guy that they brought in to maybe try to do that job, Frederick, is a ghost of whatever he was in Boston. I mean, he's been a disaster so far this year. Their goaltending wasn't great, but got hung out to dry a bunch as well. And yeah, it just tonight, it's weird to say Monday night in November against the Blue Jackets is a must win, but I'll tell you this, a loss to the Blue Jackets tonight, no matter how it happens, would probably be worse than what happened against Colorado because you're coming off that game against Colorado. Like, there has to be a response. Draisaitl said today, not that I care about anything that was said today because it's all just words. Show us on the ice later on. But Draisaitl said today, what do you say, Tommy? It's time to turn this around. It's time to respond. Yeah, man, it's time. You're playing the Blue Jackets. They suck. Go out and beat them. They're 7-7. They're dead last in their division. They've actually had some pretty good goaltending. Imagine if they get goalie tonight. Oh my God. But I can't imagine tomorrow. Or I guess we don't have a show tomorrow because it's Remembrance Day. But I can't imagine post-game show tonight if they lose to the Columbus Blue Jackets, man. It's ridiculous. You're muted, Huss.
And I'm just going to say this, because, listening to, the post game and looking at the comments, the names that never were brought up at all, and I get it, McDavid and Draisaitl, these guys are the franchises, but man, you do have to wonder just where those guys were out on the weekend, because, this team goes as they go. And I get it. McDavid did everything for the team. He took the cheap extension, no raise and all that stuff. But when you're getting skated around the way it happened on Saturday night, you do sometimes have to look at the big guys and say, where were you? And it's not something you say very often.
Well, let me pick up here, Huss, so you can. Poor Huss. Man, you got to get better before Grey Cup. I look at Huss. He's coughing right now.
I'll be back.
I know you'll bounce back. It's Grey Cup in Winnipeg. You're going to have to. Are you drinking Diet Pepsi still? You might want to mix in like a tea or something, Huss, for that cough. What are you drinking?
There could be a tea later on.
What I didn't like, and so they requested Majapani, Frederick, Wallman after the game. The media requested those three guys to chat with. But I almost feel like it was a test that one of the leaders could have stepped up and said, actually, guys, I'll talk tonight. I'm the guy who should probably be, whether it's McDavid or Draisaitl, one of those two guys. Hell, even Darnell Nurse maybe in that situation, but probably McDavid or Draisaitl when they're in the room and, it's requested, hey, the media wants to talk to boom, boom, boom. I'm kind of disappointed that one of those guys didn't go, actually, worst loss since I've been an Edmonton Oiler as a captain or assistant captain, as the face of the franchise. I'm going to step in and answer these questions. And I was a little disappointed that didn't happen.
Hey, I'm sure you guys had a ton of calls. I didn't really catch this on the post game, but was anybody at the game that was contributing to the nasty chat? I'm wondering what was it like in the building in the third period, the second half? I don't think any.
Well, I know Tommy and Belsey were talking about how they were walking outside after the game, and they were bumping into people who were like, "Oh, is it over?" They're like, what was it, 7-1? And they're like, no, it's 9-1. It's like, oh my God, it just goes people laugh. Those who were there. I don't think the Boo Birds really broke out until the very end. Very end, there was booing, which I get when you have one of the worst home losses in franchise history. But it's let's see what happens tonight. I think this fan base will be very quickly to forgive a team if they come out and beat the Jackets 6-0 tonight. They'll say, okay, wake up call. And you know what's crazy, Huss? Is that after tonight's game, they're on the road for 7 straight. They go on a 7-game road trip after this. They haven't been good on the road yet this year. They've been much better at home. So kind of a critical road trip coming up. And if you can't get a win tonight to kind of kick this thing off, very concerning, very concerning. They're on pace for 82 points right now. Which, they've been here in the past, but it's different. That's what I said. Last year it was 97 to basically get you in. Okay, so that's on the Oilers. We'll have more on the oil stream coming up. But Huss, the Jets, you mentioned the Jets briefly. Any sort of legitimate concern with what you've seen from them over the last 3 games?
Well, the legitimate concern was what was up with their top line. Scheif just had a couple really bad games. I've got some time for the middle 6. Perfetti came back for his first game last night. Jonathan Taves put one on his stick right in front of the net, which he found on, which probably goes in any other game this season. But listen, they were off of it big time. They got away from their structure. And my big takeaway, I spent all Saturday just thinking about Macklin Celebrini. Oh my God, is this kid good, dude?
How is he not on the Olympic team, right? He's unbelievable.
I'll say this right now. Not only is he on the Olympic team, he will be in the lineup, in the top 12 forwards when Canada drops the puck on its first game. There's no way you can not have this kid in the lineup. He is that dynamic and that good. And unlike most of the other young players, he has the 200-foot game. He's great defensively, incredibly fast. effective in all 3 zones. I can't say enough about him. And dude, this Ducks team too. I mean, the Ducks
they're not slowing down.
Vegas in overtime on Saturday, and then whooped another good team last night in Winnipeg. I mean, I think that's 8 in a row for Anaheim. On top of the Pacific Division right now. 11-3-1, 7 in a row, 9-1 in their last 10.
A lot of young talent there. Obviously, a new coach that's made a significant impact as well. And we'll see what ends up happening with the Huss. You were making me flash back to me at Grey Cup last year with that cough, buddy. God, when did this pop up, Huss? How long?
Yesterday. I started feeling it. Was almost thinking that, maybe if I just shut it down for 2 days.
Yeah.
But coming out, there's too much stuff to talk about today. Lock shop, we got CFL. I mean, we got to
huge WST, obviously, with these struggles, like possibly Osh leaving the Bombers to join the Argos. Hey, well, let's transition over to the Canadian Football League. I'll say this. Sorry, I brought it up. I don't think it happens. I think he would be crazy to leave Winnipeg to go and try to take over the Argo. I know he's got ties to the organization. I know he's buddies with Pinball, but I just don't see how that would be a good idea for Osh, man.
He would leave the best franchise in the Canadian Football League with the best support, where he's the winningest coach of all time, to be the coach of the Argos. That's the worst job in the CFL, and it's not even close. You're going to be playing 13 road games next year. And their ownership doesn't.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. You can't go from the best job in the league to the worst at that position. Like, I don't think you can.
I don't know what the price would be for O'Shea to actually move.
I'd have to say double. Like, it would have to be double what he's making with the Bombers, because you're all of a sudden going and paying to live in Toronto or the surrounding area, and then put up with some of the nightmare stuff that you have to put up with there. Like, it would have to be double. They'd have to pay him double, and that's not going to happen.
Like, I think they're really going to be up against it, filling that job, period. I mean, I guess they can ask for permission for Mike O'Shea. I'm not even considering that as a possibility. And maybe I'm naive, but I think you'd have to be insane to take that job over being the head coach here in Winnipeg, even coming off the disappointing season that they just had. While we're talking about CFL, how about
let's stay on it.
How about those games on the weekend?
Yeah, you know what? I will say this about the Ticats Montreal game that I called. Did not go the way I expected from a 0 point scored in the first quarter perspective. Just the second game all season that had 0 points in the first quarter. Hamilton came in with an offense that was scoring over 29 points per game. And in games that Davis Alexander had started this year, which he'd won them all, Montreal averaged 30 points per game. And we had 0 in the first quarter. Not many in the first half. Both teams managed to find a touchdown in the end, but a pretty thrilling finish, right? We get the Maltos Diaz walk-off. Davis Alexander basically on one leg on that final drive, found Rambo, who made Versuck miss, picked up the first down. That was the play. Yeah, that was the play. I mean, where he threw that ball, it would have been third down and way deeper. Rambo turns it around, makes one man miss, gets the first down. That's the play that won the game. Maltos Diaz has basically been automatic for the most part this year. He knocked that one home. I thought Bo Levi, he's had a phenomenal season, had some drops in this game, threw that one interception when he's trying to get it to Kenny Lawler deep in a one-on-one and kind of underthrew it. And I think he was a little bit pressured, so couldn't get everything he wanted into that one. But he had that one miss to Keandre Smith where he threw it like 3 feet short, and you saw him like holding his knees after, and he was looking down like he knew that was probably the play that killed that drive. And then they had to settle for the field goal to tie it as opposed to go for the touchdown to win it. So there's a few moments I think that both teams are going to want back in that, but still like a really good, hard fought playoff football game, which I really enjoyed.
I felt gutted for Bo, the Ticats, and the Ticat fans.
That town, like, it's just they love that team, man. Yeah, and they don't have much else going on in Hamilton. Like they live for their Tiger Cats, and that one stung. You could just tell after the game watching.
Like they've got it. There's a lot of feels like Winnipeg, in that end of, our run, you get to 25 years without winning a Grey Cup and you hear it from all the other fans and you come close and you think you've got a shot. And then, you just fell short. But I mean, listen, good season for them. Bo continues to be a great story in the CFL. But I think we all thought that Montreal was the better team, and they ended up being just enough, just better by just enough to book that ticket to Winnipeg. Now, were you able to see the West Final?
Let's see. We hopped in a vehicle right after. I watched the first half in the car on a phone, and then I watched the second half when I got to the hotel at the airport. I went to they had the Leafs game on at the lobby bar there, but I brought my iPad and I watched the rest of it. So I watched most of that game. There at BC Lions made some drops, man. There were some balls that definitely should have been caught. Nathan Rourke definitely wasn't perfect. I did enjoy the whole back and forth. It's our time. No, it's our time. It's our time. Like it was. It came down to the wire too. I mean, the I don't know, where did he come out on a Huss? Nathan Rourke finds a way to make one more play. BC wins the game. BC's defense finds a way to make one more play. BC wins the game. But they just couldn't find the way on either side of the ball to put that thing away.
I thought Saskatchewan was incredibly fortunate to win that football game. I still, even though it worked out, I cannot believe they decided to kick a field goal on
when they were down 7.
Yeah,
I was stunned by that. You still need a touchdown. Like it was. Now it worked. It worked out in the end. But I would love to know the percentages of that game working out the way it did from that point.
They punted after that.
I know. That's the thing. That's what you're saying. If BC can put together a sort of drive, it's lights out. It's game over. And then we're all sitting here going, "What's Corey Mace doing? Kicking a field goal when you're down 7 and you're inside the 10." It worked out really well.
I'll never understand it, but again, he's got the last laugh because they did. Like there was a number of times through the game where I just thought, Sask is really good, but they're just not a serious football team. Like the Ouellette doing his hero ball, jumping through the air and then fumbling. Actually, maybe the funniest part of it all, when they scored the touchdown to go up 11-7, and Schaefer Baker was in the end zone, and he tried to do the celebration where you go onto your back shoulders and then you jump up onto your feet and didn't land it. Like you can't do that touchdown celebration if you're not 100% sure that you're going to make it. I'm just like these guys are, I don't know. I laughed so hard about that. But in the end, Trevor Harris made a couple massive plays with the game on the line. And listen, I think it's going to make for a much better atmosphere in and around Winnipeg for the Grey Cup.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll be fun.
I'm not entirely sure the better team is coming to Winnipeg. Certainly Nathan Rourke was the best player out there. But again, you have to, much like both of these games were so tight. If Rambo does not make that play, Hamilton probably gets the ball back with about 45 seconds left, and we could be talking about the Tiger Cats coming here.
Yeah, Leggio goes and kicks the game winner.
And to your point, I mean, there were so many opportunities at the end for the BC Lions to just make one play that would have iced the game for them, and they weren't able to do it. So, I mean, both of the favorites get it. Odds makers pretty much had those numbers nailed to dead to rights. And now we've got, by the way, when you knew that it was Montreal, Saskatchewan, what did you think the line for this game would be?
I thought it would be 2-ish in favor of the Riders. And I saw it yesterday it was 2.5, and now it's sitting at 3. Do you think Montreal should be the favorite?
I thought it would be a pick'em. And I don't understand. I
thought they would have been a slight favorite to the Riders.
Okay, what's the argument that the Riders should be favored over Montreal?
I'll tell you what. I don't know. I don't know if they're taking this into consideration, man, but I'm worried about Davis Alexander finishing the football game. That's why I think the Riders should probably be favored a little bit, because he's got this lingering hamstring issue that popped up again in the last game. And who's to say that we don't see MBT for the second half of this game? And I think from a betting perspective, I'm taking that into consideration. Like, I know Davis Alexander is an absolute dog. I get it. I love his attitude. I do. And he's going to try to do everything he can to push through. And I'm not sure how much he'll practice this week. But the problem is that he's already had to deal with this injury twice this year. And then in the last game, he played through it, but it popped up again. So if this game ends up, if you get a half of McLeod Bethel-Thompson, he's not beating the Riders defense. Like, I don't see a world where that exists. So that's why I instantly thought, and I'm also, I thought when I first saw it go down, I said, I'm on the under. Like, whatever this game is going to be, I'm on the under with these two defenses. And it's open. Like, I see it at 49 right now. And I think I'd probably still be on the under. Like, I think this game is 23-20-ish written all over it if Davis Alexander stays healthy. So that would be, I mean, the Riders have been a pretty good team all year. But Montreal, I mean, Jason Moss has that team believing. And they're very much a us against the world sort of mentality here with these Montreal Alouettes right now. It's going to be weird because the majority of the crowd is probably going to be cheering for them, Huss. Like, all of the non-Riders fans are going to be cheering for the Alouettes, I would think, considering the game's in Winnipeg. So I don't know.
It'll basically be like when the Bombers played the Argos in Regina. You'll have a ton of Bomber fans there.
Yeah.
But everyone that's not there for the Bombers specifically will probably be pulling for all the Rider fans that had tickets were going for Toronto. I think there'll be a lot of Bomber fans that'll be pulling for Montreal. But I think you're right. I mean, I guess the questionable nature. Now, he just said he's playing, like, he'll be good to go.
Well, he's gonna play. But even if he tries to play through it, I mean, if his mobility is hampered, what did he run for? Like 60 yards in this game. Like, if his mobility is hampered and the Riders' defensive line can cause issues like they've done all year, like, I think that's a recipe for some major concerns. So I don't want to count out the Montreal Alouettes, but I am genuinely worried about Davis Alexander either playing limited or having to be taken out maybe partway through this game. So fingers crossed we get the two best quarterbacks going head-to-head here in this game. Nothing against MBT, but I had my notes here. Like, what's the better story? Davis Alexander improving to 14-0 and winning the Grey Cup, or Trevor Harris, who's got 2 rings but wasn't a starter on either of those teams, getting a Grey Cup as a 40-year-old?
I mean, if it happened, I would probably say Trevor Harris, especially when you think about the heroics that it took from him for them to get to the game-winning
drive to get there. Yeah.
You know, he was a guy that a couple of years ago went to Saskatchewan sort of as an afterthought. Oh, well, I guess this is a guy that can maybe get us through a season. And, you know, listen, the Riders haven't won very many Grey Cups. You get one and you're
that's the thing. You're a hero.
You're
there
a made man there for a long time. And listen, he's looked so good this year. I can't believe he's 40 now.
Yeah, he's 40, dude. Yeah. If he's not 40, he'll be like 40 right away, but I'm pretty sure he's 40. He is, he's 30. He's 39. He will be 40 in May. So he's 39 right now.
Well,
but still, like,
that's an amazing season.
That's 5 years older than Bo Levi Mitchell. And we're talking about Bo, like, it might be near the end. They think he's, I don't know. I think either way, it's a great story. Like, we've got that going for us going into Grey Cup week.
That West Final will go down as one of the best Canadian Football League playoff games we've seen in a long time. And when you think about all the switches, the Riders being up, then BC coming back with 2 touchdowns, the weird decisions that were made, the huge second down stops to get the ball back, and then obviously,
how about the interception that bounced off of Hatcher and then up and picked off by the former Lion Marcus Sales? Like, it was a thriller, man. That was awesome. That was a lot of fun. Okay, so what's Grey Cup week going to be in Winnipeg, Huss? What's it looking like? What's the buzz like right now? I get in Wednesday afternoon. Looking forward to the media party that Naylor and Farhan host on Wednesday night. What's the buzz like there?
Well, the buzz is people are excited. And I think, as I said, I think it got a real joy. I mean, everything is sold out. Like I've never seen anything like this
Yeah,
before.
okay.
It speaks to the support that Bomber fans have had for the team and everything all year. Like everything sounds like it's sold out. I think they're trying to find some additional capacities at some things to get some more people in. But everything's going to be well attended. And the weather looks like it's going to be nice. 5 and sunny on Wednesday, 6 and sunny on Thursday, 9 and sunny on Friday, 5 and sunny on Saturday, and then 1 for game day. So
Okay, that's perfect. Grey Cup in Winnipeg, mid-November +1. Come on.
exactly. I mean, we've been to some pretty cold ones in some other spots. It doesn't look
you
like
think this
that'll be
line-
the case.
Do you think the line just stays at 3 all week, Huss? Or do you think there's a little bit of movement on this?
Well, I mean, I guess maybe if there's just so many Rider fans that are betting their team, it stays there. I don't think it should be.
No. What happens if Davis Alexander doesn't practice this week? But he says he's going to play, but he's not practicing, which I think could be the case, or limited in practice maybe. What do you think that does to it? Does it stay where it is? Because I look at it right now and I go, this kind of should be. I think it should probably be, I think this is already a line that takes in the concern of Davis Alexander, but I might be wrong.
Well, me too. I mean, if he was totally healthy, I don't really know how you could make the Riders a favorite over Montreal in a neutral field. That's just me and the way I look at these two teams. But if it gets over 3, to me, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I think Montreal is a really, really good, well-balanced team with a ton of playmakers. And yeah, I guess if you're down to your backup quarterback, there will be issues. But we should be in for a great one. But as they say, I think Montreal, healthy, all things being said, I think Montreal should have been maybe a slight favorite in this game. So I was surprised that the number is where it is.
Huss, I heard that you might be hosting a little shindig on Wednesday night. Is this correct? Or on Friday night?
Maybe Saturday.
Saturday, okay.
We're putting together.
Saturday. Okay, I think Iwanek was telling me about this. So
yeah, we'll definitely get together for a couple of.
Okay. I have a couple of responsibilities. One, I call in the radio for the game on Sunday, and then 2, I'm hosting Grey Cup Saturday on TSN Saturday afternoon. Which is funny because I always tell them, I'm like, I don't really like hosting on the desk. I'd rather just come in, call the game type of thing. But then when I got to TSN, he's like, you host a show for 3 hours every morning, technically at a desk. I was like, yeah, I guess. I know it feels like on the morning show, we're messing around, we're having fun. On this one, there's a script and you're holding your mic and you're following along. So I don't know. I don't really want to be desk guy, but I do look forward to. I'm working with Aaron Karolnik, and then we'll have a bunch of guests come through and send to different panels and walkthroughs and stuff like that. So I think it's a 3 or 4 hour show on Saturday. So I'll be doing that as well.
Where's that from? The stadium?
Great question. I don't know. I think we'll probably be set up. What usually happens is we'll have 2 panels at the stadium, right? We'll have Duthie's panel, and then we'll have Kate's panel, and they'll be at the stadium. I'm assuming our other desk will be set up wherever Fan Fest is, or wherever that's going down. That's where it's been set up in the past. I did this last year. I was too sick to do it, but I did it a couple of years ago with Marshall, and it felt like the 3 or 4 hours or whatever flew by pretty quick. We had a bunch of good guests come in, and a lot of it. It's funny because you do the morning show. It's 3 hours. We sneak away for, updates and stuff. But there, it's you come back, you do a 7-minute segment, you send it to commercials. You come back, you get a guest, you get to ask them 2 questions, then you send it to commercials. So it's very much a different beast, but usually the atmosphere is pretty good around that area, wherever we're set up. So I look forward to that. Should be a good time. Last time the Grey Cup was in Winnipeg, Edmonton actually came in, and Mike Riley led them to a victory.
Yep.
I was there covering that one as well. And that was
2015. That was a pretty cold game too. So this was
a cold game. You're right. That was a cold game.
This will be a lot nicer. As I say, it's shaping up to be a great weekend. Everything's going to be well attended. There's lots of stuff going on downtown. Are you going to the Player Awards on Thursday?
I am going to be at the Player Awards on Thursday night. Yep. So be there. You going?
I don't usually go to the player awards, but
Yeah.
I'm kind of being leaned on by a few people to come, so maybe I will.
Throw on a suit. Throw on a suit. No tie. Suit and a shirt would be all right there. And then there's an after party, I think.
I'm gonna wear a Chris Walby jersey and a blazer.
All right, look, we're gonna slide. We get to the NFL, then we'll look at some NHL stuff for tonight as well. Huss, we're at Boston Pizza. I know you're a big Boston Pizza guy. This is the Christmas/winter menu, and I'm going to read you the. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 items on here. I'm going to read them to you. You tell me which one would be your first pick. All right.
Okay.
We've got stuffed crust matzo sticks with a sprinkle of green on them for Christmas. We've got the crispy chicken vodka penne. We've got the rib and wing duo. We've got a garlic shrimp mac and cheese. We've got the new pepperoni stinger pizza, which is vodka sauce, cup and crisp pepperonis, ricotta, pizza mozzarella drizzled with Mike's hot honey, and then the prosciutto mushroom pizza. So which one are you thinking?
Well, listen, the rib and wing duo is so elite.
That's right there.
That's probably number 1, but I have to admit I'm quite intrigued by that pepperoni pizza that you were just
Yeah, that's what
about.
I said to the ladies here too. I said that seems kind of interesting to me.
That's going to be a go time. The Overdrive guys are coming in and doing their show at BP on Thursday and Friday here in Winnipeg.
Oh, are they? Which one?
Yeah, Polo Park.
Okay, I don't think I've been to that one.
It's the big.
I've only been to the one across.
We might pop by after WST on Friday and say hi to the fellows.
All right, let's slide over to the NFL. Huss, where we got some news. The Giants have fired Dable. Hey, did you see this? Yeah.
Now, did they say why? Just because they suck? Or is there more to it? He seems to be going at the doctor every single time Jackson Dart gets pulled into the concussion tent.
I don't know. Let me see here. I just saw the initial report. Let's see what some of the insiders are saying about this. Mike Kafka, who is his offensive coordinator, is taking over on an interim basis. And Joe Burrow returned to practice today.
What?
Which is interesting. Yeah. Joe Burrow returning to practice has a 21-day practice window opened up today by returning to practice. So I don't know. We'll have to see how that sorts itself out.
The oh, you know what? I was talking to the guys, we were talking about the Giants and whatever, and Dart going into the tent. And I'm like, he goes into the tent every game. And I was sort of joking. It's the 4th time this year that he's had to go in. And then, of course, early on, we remember like that picture on the sidelines of Dable losing it on the concussion spotter, or the doctor, whoever brought them in. So I didn't know whether they were getting squeezed on that. But listen, they dropped another double-digit lead. We all remember the embarrassment of that Denver game that they blew earlier this year. So I guess they make a move, but it is kind of surprising. If anything, I thought this would just happen at the end of the year, not now.
Just at the end of the year. Yeah, you're right. The timing of this is kind of interesting. I haven't had time to dive into any of the deeper articles on it yet, but I'm sure we'll get to the bottom of that. Let's start with the Sunday nighter. What'd you think of Aaron Rodgers last night, the Pittsburgh Steelers offense? Is the Chargers defense that legitimate, or just didn't have it last night?
I'm so mad about that game last night. It would have made for well, I guess I added Carolina for the lock shop picks, but for my other ones, I would have been 4-0. Basically, I needed Pittsburgh as the final leg of 3 different parlays. 3 different ones that everything was in. It's probably about an $800 loss. So I was,
oh my God.
And listen, the way the game started, they went down, they got a field goal. Okay, looking good. The good pressure on Herbert. Not much was happening. Then they give up the safety. Then Boswell misses the field goal. And you just felt that they were missing all of their opportunities, and it just went from bad to worse. I mean, it was an ugly game. But But I'll give Justin Herbert a lot of credit. He's got no protection right now. He's running for his life. And he'll stand in there and, he'll find those receivers. And I thought Collinsworth did a great job of kind of explaining the way both teams were going at the quarterback, basically leaving man coverage on these guys. And it was going to be which quarterback was able to take advantage of that and hit some of the receivers for big plays. And Justin Herbert did it. Aaron Rodgers was unable to do it pretty much all night long. And, the Steelers not looking good right now, despite how good they looked last week. And, don't look now, but the Baltimore Ravens are right there and poised. Remember we were saying, man, they're 1-5 and they've still basically even money to win the division. How's that possible? Well, we're not even we're just past week 10 and they basically made up the difference.
Hey, you're talking about how the Steelers cost you there. Chris over on YouTube says Boston Pizza location. I'm just going to say this here at the Mail on 97th Street. 16521. So my buddy Eddie the Gambler, Eddie the Gambler. I've talked about Eddie the Gambler. Eddie the Gambler and I missed that 25 leg parlay because of Blake Corum earlier in the year. I get a text from Eddie the Gambler who drove me back from Hamilton to Toronto. I hit 23 of 25 props. $10 paid $75,000. The two that he missed on. Let me tell you everything that he hit on, Huss. These are the 23 props he hit. Okay. And you won't believe what he missed on. Kenneth Walker, 40+ rushing yards, got it. JSN, 50+ receiving yards, got it. Gibbs, 70+ rushing yards and receiving yards, got it. St. Brown, 50 receiving yards, got it. Judkins, 60 rushing yards, got it. Baker Mayfield, 200 passing yards. Egbuka, 50 yards. Egbuka, 5 receptions, got them all. Alvin Kamara, 40+ rushing yards. He had a big day. Ted McMillan, 40 yards, got it. Olave, 40 yards, got it. James Cook, 50 yards. Waddle, 40 yards. Kincaid, 30 yards. Got that as well. DeAndre Swift, 60 rushing yards, got it. Tyrone Tracy Jr., 50 rushing yards, got it. Roma Dunze, 60+ yards and 5 catches. Got both of those. Here's what he missed on. He got Jonathan Taylor, anytime touchdown score. Bijan rushing. Tyler Warren rushing. Tyler Warren catches. He missed. This cost him $75,000. Justin Jefferson needed 6 catches and 80 yards. Got targeted 12 times. Didn't hit either of them. Missed out on $75,000 because Justin Jefferson didn't get 6 catches and 80 yards. Can you imagine? That's all you need, and that's how this goes down. I couldn't believe it. Could not believe it. You're muted, Huss.
I was on JJ over 6.5 catches, and that
Finished
was such
4.
a frustrating game.
He got targeted 12 times.
Yeah, JJ was just off a little bit. He did the one. It's the funniest. I can't remember who was calling the game, but they were talking about one of JJ McCarthy's picks. The guy goes, "Yeah, he threw that one into a team meeting. You never want to throw into a team meeting."
That is kind of funny, actually.
But I mean, they were so bad. They had 8 false start penalties at home. It's the most by a home team in, I think, over 15 years.
8 false starts?
8.
My God. That's awful. That's absolutely horrendous.
That was an absolute dud. Yeah. What about the Bills? Too busy celebrating winning the Super Bowl the week before.
I will say I did not watch any of that game, so I can't tell you how bad it was, but I'm following along and I was like, oh, they'll get going here. Oh, no, they didn't. Oh, I'll check back. Oh, they'll get going now. They didn't. What was the other game they lost earlier in the year where you're like, what the hell happened there? There was another one they dropped.
The Giants.
Wasn't there? Oh, the Giants game. That's right. Yeah, like, what's going on there? Like,
other bad losses yesterday include the Panthers at home.
At home to the Saints. Bryce Young got
they
0 points from me, fantasy.
They flew Carolina Mike in, and he did a live performance. If I had $150,000, and they lost
What is that?
with him in the building. Can't
That's
believe
the
it.
guy on the mic. I've watched that a couple times. Is that his name, Carolina Mike? He looks. Do you remember? Do you remember back in the day those guys did that Panthers rap, the Carolina Panthers rap, where the one guy would just go, "Rah!" and he would. Do you remember those guys?
Yeah.
Those guys were good. This guy's good too. But yeah, man, that's a major buzzkill right there.
I went down a little bit of a Carolina Mike rabbit hole last week, and so he's this little guy. He lives in Minnesota. I guess he's from Carolina, and he's got his 2 songs. So, the thing sort of went viral. It popped up. So he did a live performance. I think he basically just showed up to some karaoke bar in Minneapolis and performed both his hit, If I Had $150,000, and his other hit, Maple Syrup, for the people. Put it out on Instagram. But it was big. I can't believe the Panthers didn't win with Carolina Mike in the house.
That's a tough look. That is a tough look. There's no doubt about that. Quick, we'll get to the NHL slate here in just a second. But Monday night, Huss, I'm on the Eagles for my final 5 picks of the week. So I'm not going to change my opinion on this. But where do you come out on the Packers and Eagles game?
Really tough game. I don't trust the Packers, and they've had some bad games. But considering they lost at home to the Panthers last week, I expect them to be a heck of a lot better. But I do understand the bet that Philly's the better team. So this is a really, really tough game. Tough to be on the side. It's basically a pick on what do we got? Packers -1 right now.
Yeah, I got it at 2 on Friday. So we'll see. We'll see how the Eagles get the job done on the road. NHL tonight, we've got 4 games on the go, including the Oilers, obviously here at home. Let's give you your starting goalies. Then we'll give you a few thoughts on this one. We did send that Roslovic point over for Jay's play of the day because Jay's away today. So we're going with a classic Jay spite play. And that's going to be Roslovic with a point -125 tonight against his former club. We've got Shesterkin. So the Rangers are now 0-7 at home and have been shut out 5 times. I think like tonight's the night. But Shesterkin at home tonight for the Rangers. UC Saros for the Preds. Markstrom for the Devils, Sorokin for the Islanders. Skinner will go for the Oilers. Jet Greaves for the Blue Jackets. And then unconfirmed right now, Akira Schmid and Bobrovsky listed as the 2 goalies for the Panthers and the Golden Knights tonight. Huss, any thoughts on this somewhat of a smaller Monday night slate in the National Hockey League?
Well, I mean, listen, the Rangers are a very confounding team, but I kind of am with you. I think this might be the night they do it. I wouldn't even mind looking at the puck line for that one. But listen, to me, this is all about your Oilers and the response. To quote the
Has to be one.
There was a lot of talk about that game on 31 Thoughts, and they said, I can't remember, maybe it was Bukowskis who said, remember good old Rick Bowness in the playoffs? There was no pushback. There was none on Saturday. What do we get tonight? To me, this would be a great night for Connor and Leon to remind everyone what's what.
That's what I threw together earlier this morning. Oilers, I said this is the ultimate early bird bet. Oilers win, McDavid 2+ points. Like, if they are going to have a path out of what happened on Saturday night, it's got to be with Connor. And I would expect there's probably a big game coming. He seemed pretty fired up in practice yesterday as well. So, yeah, I mean, I'm with you on that one. Let's just say, I'm just looking here for a little parlay. If we took the Rangers just in regulation, or, I mean, they're -114 in regulation, but they would be +126 on the puck line to finally get the job done at home. Oilers are -175. Now, that being said, I mean, do you think they squeak one out? Or should we just go 2 puck lines, Rangers and Oilers puck lines tonight?
I mean, I'll defer to you. I mean, do you trust the Oilers to win by 2? Got to find a way to win a game right now.
The problem is they've been a steady diet of overtime games, like for a lot of the year. So
yeah. Well, and I think considering what happened, they'll be happy to do that. We could add Jersey.
Yeah, they're minus 154, which is a pretty decent number there, actually, considering it's the Islanders. We do that, it takes it to plus 485. Let's do that. What's coming up on WST, Huss?
Murat's going to join us down from SoCal. We'll pick away at what the heck happened to the Jets on the weekend. Justin Dunk's going to join us. We'll look ahead to the Grey Cup. Talk a little bit of the NFL at the end of the program. Should be fun, but lots of focus on a disappointing weekend for the Jetties.
I'm excited to chat with people just in Winnipeg for Grey Cup weekend. You'll obviously have a bunch of WST shows. I'm curious to see who's going to be picking who. Like, I don't think like 90% of the media and fans are going to be on the Riders just because they're 3-point favorite. Like, I think I'm going to be fascinated by the explanations from people on why they're on the Riders or why they're on the Alouettes.
I will save my pick for later on in the week, but I think you know where I'm going to be.
I think I know where you're headed. I think that is true. All right, Huss, I will see you in Winnipeg when I get there, buddy. Fire your text.
Safely, pal. Thanks for doing this.
There you go. That is Huss from Winnipeg Sports Talk, grinding it out today. Obviously, a bit of a cough. Hopefully, we'll get that sorted out. I'm assuming Trevor Hernan will be back and slide Huss off the shot. Huss, you can still take off if you want, though, buddy. You're all right. All right, there we go. Good timing. All right, so what I say, I was sending over. So we're going Rangers minus 1.5 goals. They're going to finally get it done at home. Oilers money line, Devils money line. That'll be our boosted lock shop partner parlay. You'll find that on the EST specials page where we do, despite ranting about the Oilers 24/7. And what do we got here? This is Oilers fans experience. Enjoy a Molson Canadian or Coors Light. Scan and enter the chance to win 2 passes to a pregame party and 2 tickets to the Oilers on December 6th. Game versus Winnipeg. That works out well for the lock shop. So right here, pop on by Boston Pizza. Scan the code right in the mail, Boston Pizza today. We're going to try these new Christmas menu items. That's coming up. But here's what we got for you on the EST specials page over at Play Alberta right now. We've got the early bird bet. Oilers money line, McDavid over 1.5 points, plus 145. Jay's play of the day. Jay's a big spite betting guy. Roslovic with a point, minus 125. And then we'll have that lock shop partner parlay going up. The DGen Den still to come with the grandest of parlays. That'll be going in there today as well. So you have all of that over at Play Alberta. Play Alberta is the title sponsor of all of Edmonton Sports Talk. Use the codes if you haven't used them already this month. EST50, deposit 50, get a $50 free bet. EST Sports, deposit 50, get a $50 free bet as well. We have the oil stream coming up. We're going to dive into some of these menu items. If you want to swing by, we're at the Mayo Boston Pizza today. 16521 97th Street. And we've got no shortage of things to discuss around the Edmonton Oilers as they look to try to find their way back into the win column tonight against the Columbus Blue Jackets. Boston Pizza Oil Stream with myself and Tom Gazzola is coming up. Thank you very much. Hammer the thumbs up on the lock shop before you leave. But thank you very much for being here today. And best of luck if you're riding with us tonight. And we will talk to you tomorrow.